An interesting discussion there with Michelle Rowland. Bit of a divergence with those in the Senate from Labor, the Labor Senate members of that committee, because there were no dissenting reports from those individuals.
Yeah, this report looks like a bit of a square-up, frankly. I mean, if I'm going to be blunt about it, Kieran, you've got Sarah Hanson-Young there saying, look, I just want to declare here, I previously sued News Corp. And you've got Kim Carr, apparently, from what I've heard, driving the decision for Labor not to dissent from what Hanson-Young wants. And he's friends with Kevin Rudd. And then you've got Kevin Rudd and Malcolm Turnbull, both of whom don't seem to be able to deal with the fact that the public and their own caucuses rejected them, driving the recommendations, as are some people who've worked for News Corp who are unhappy that they have left the employment of News Corp or have personal grievances with this media company. I'm always very concerned about politicians wanting to get their hands on journalism and on frankly, you know, that's an affront to journalism and to journalists, I think. So I'm interested in the fact that Labor didn't dissent here. It's been portrayed to me as it's Kim Carr. Kim Carr has encouraged other senators like Nita Green on the inquiry to go that way, and Kim Carr is friends with Kevin Rudd. But it was good to see Michelle Rowland rule that out there.
She flat out.
And Anthony Albanese has to do the same, because how do we even know Michelle Rowland's going to be Communications Minister in an Albanese government? And then there's the broader question. Is the door just being... Is this in itself, as you put there, is this a deal with the Greens, even just on this report? If that's a sign of things to come, does Labor end up doing deals with the Greens on this and a whole bunch of other matters should they hit government? So I think you need a strong statement from Anthony Albanese on this too. As you pointed out, Stephen Conroy, of all people, now works for us. He tried to get his claws on the media. That's a bad thing. And, you know, it's really based on an old world. I mean, I heard what Andrew Bragg was saying. I mean, I heard that Lord Leveson, of course, did the inquiry into phone hacking in the UK. Now, that was into phone hacking. There's no phone hacking here. I heard him speak once in Sydney as a reporter, and he said, look, the biggest issue facing the media is the social media. Yeah. Young people posting things online that stay there forever. We're just in a different world now than who owns newspapers or who owns Channel 9. And frankly, politicians, yeah, they always want to quash what the media does. But, you know, News Corp, frankly, is a broad church. It sticks it. I mean, certainly we give it as hard to the Liberal politicians as the Labor. There's no doubt about that. I can get a couple of them to give testimony to you on that, as far as I'm concerned. So I just think that, you know, this plays to Sarah Hanson-Young's part of the Greens' support. Everything in this world is political. And I guess if it just gathers dust, who cares? I mean, that's what the indication is from Michelle Rowland. But you have to wonder as we go into a tight election.
At Sarah Hanson-Young's news conference, our camera was there, and it was the only camera there until apparently the ABC arrived a bit later. But it was a bit of an irony for a while there with our journalists standing
20 minutes later. So, you know, it's attacking the company we work for, where they're actually covering the thing, and no one else bothered to show up. And finally the ABC does. Yeah, that's right.